Good day there, once again viewers, this is your mate Kamikaze78 here, coming to you guys with some more Planetside 2 content, and boy oh boy guys, have we got a doozy to cover today. For those who are not aware, the Planetside 2 development team went live with the development stream on the 29th of 8th, 2020, aka the day that this video is being shot. And let's just say guys, we've been getting a lot of teasers lately in relation to the next major game update that they've got slated for us. I dare say that these teasers have been going on for months now. Well, it's finally come to light as the developers have unveiled the Shattered Warpgate update that is coming in the next couple of weeks. We've got a lot to cover today guys, so I figured we'd just get straight into it, and why not start with the elephant in the room, the namesake of the update if you will. The northeastern Warpgate on Esamir guys that has been reportedly flickering and showing signs of instability has, well, exploded, causing catastrophic damage to the landscape and surrounding bases, all the while paving way for new life to take form in the region. This explosion has generated a massive crater that now has revealed the Vanu technology that originally powered the Warpgate and its operations. The crater is also now emitting a strange energy that is causing the items caught in the explosion to be stuck in time per se, hovering there waiting. Now, this is no ordinary explosion obviously, and it will capture the attention of scientists across all factions and nanite systems for months to come. Now, thanks to this catastrophic explosion, neighbouring bases have been totally destroyed, with repairing nanites no longer being active. In other words, these bases are totally out of play on the continent. Now, there are also some other bases littered throughout the continent that are no longer operational, and thus territories and lattice links have been changed to incorporate these bases into larger territories. The nanites that once powered the reconstruction efforts have long ceased to exist in these regions. This has paved way for new alien life to grow on the continent. This appears to be accelerated by the presence of energy geysers that are sprouting up around the continent, particularly around where the explosion took place. There are new ecosystems growing right out of the snow itself. It also appears that some areas have even melted to create impassable water passages on that side of the continent. This is without a doubt a unique scenario, and one that will have a story play out around it over the coming months, but more on that in a few minutes. Now, this event has sparked a response from Nanite Systems, who have introduced new technology to create a temporary safe haven replacement for the third Warpgate. The giant, almost solar panel looking device that Alan Lapidus tweeted out as a teaser a couple of weeks ago is in fact a sort of projection device developed by Nanite Systems called Haven technology, which projects a force field similar to the kind that you would find on a Warpgate. This new safe haven, powered by this new technology, is located on the eastern shelf of the continent, with Bastion fleet carriers being docked offshore to help with the preparation / setup of the operation. With the new position of the eastern Warpgate, we also have some revamped lattice links and bases alongside the eastern side of the continent to accommodate for this new location. But there's no denying that throughout the continent, base design changes have been made, and you guys are going to notice that as you continue to play on Esamir as the update launches. Oh, and in addition to that, biolabs on the continent have also been completely wiped out and are now just simple relics of a time past. Keep that in mind. But you thought that was all? No, the calamities and the dangers of Esamir are still brewing. There's a storm coming. The storm that was once visible from the Sanctuary space station has made landfall, and man is she a cow. This powerful electrical storm poses some incredible threats to all life and mechanical objects caught in its wake. Vehicles will instantly feel heavier and will start to be targeted by the lightning strikes, causing significant damage to the vehicle. Yes, Max suit wearers, this includes you. If you stay in the field for too long as a vehicle, your vehicle will overload and explode instantly. In addition, infantry players will start to cop the attention of the storm if they stand outside within its reach for too long. If you get struck by this lightning, you will die instantly as well. This lightning storm will only affect players and objects that are outside and will typically gravitate towards the largest fight present on the continent. Bastions, you aren't safe either. Being caught in this storm will see your hardpoints become the world's largest and highest lightning rods. So, not only is Esamir now a vastly different place to what we remember, but it's also a much more dangerous continent for us to engage in battle on. So with that, there's some work to do. Man up Araxians, we have campaigns and missions to get into. The new campaign system is all about driving the story of the war on Araxis forward, about giving the players understanding of what is happening to the planet and why. The first campaign we have to explore is fittingly named the Shattered Warpgate, once again relating to the update name. This campaign will be divided into 3 separate 1-month-long chapters that will fittingly evolve the continent and content we have to experience as they tell the story that they plan to tell. Lead game designer Rel has stated to a couple of media publications that the 3rd chapter in particular will bring about a few additional facilities with the intent of keeping things fresh and relating to the story. The first chapter we have to face here will primarily deal with the struggle of adapting to the new challenges that the continent of Esamir provides in particular, learning to understand what happened to the continent and how we can go about avoiding this in the future, and how to adapt to the issues it now brings to us as players. This campaign is an excellent step in the right direction in my opinion, and is built with the intent of giving even casual players more than enough time to complete said campaign without an issue. Cost-wise, the campaign system is available to all member players for free, but will cost some certs for free players to access if they choose to do so. Completing the campaign's chapters before they expire, you cannot complete these campaigns and chapters retroactively, will net you a ton of rewards to make the cert investment well worth your time. This is Planetside 2's answer to building lore in the world, giving us a reason as to why we fight on the continent and a reason as to what's happening on the continent, giving it some degree of context. This is something that many players have been asking for a very long time. Not just more ways to fight, but more reasons to fight. And I think this right here helps with that a lot. But with long-term campaigns in play, we also have the new mission system that not only acts as the groundwork for campaigns, but also introduces brand new short-form daily challenges. Missions are randomly generated from an existing pool on a daily basis, where players can then select from that pool they are offered that tailors to the playstyle they want to accomplish during that session. There'll be stuff that ranges from combat-focused stuff to more relaxed courier-style missions that will have you delivering transmissions from base to base around a continent. There will also be different rarities and difficulties on offer to ensure that as many community members as possible will have access to the system and will be able to use it to its full potential without feeling like they need to grind really hard. There are also numerous contractors that will be handing out these missions, and they'll vary between your own faction, Nanite Systems, and other shady black market dealers, which will provide you some additional flavor in the tasks that you'll be undertaking with these missions. There will also be community-oriented missions as well. Picture sort of mini faction alerts, world events, if you will, from Guild Wars 2, if you guys are familiar with that game. There will be supply convoy missions, as an example, that your faction must undertake, and I'm sure the enemy factions will have an incentive to come and destroy as well, to incentivize some new styles of combat. Another example that was showed off on the live stream itself is that there will be a mission that has an Elysium mining drill fall from orbit, and the factions will have to battle to control it to win the event. No denying that this is another attempt to create mid-continent events like how the old aerial anomalies and smaller scale territory capture alerts used to work. But the most important thing about this is that this is going to introduce fighting in new zones of the map. Rel in particular stated that the Elysium mining drill operation will take place in normally open field areas of the map, which are normally areas of the map that don't get a lot of action through the general flow of battle. So this is going to be really exciting to see some brand new combat in new zones. And that right there is the main crux of the update in regards to features and main continent changes, but there's also some other things happening to the sanctuary as well. We've got updated visuals, the exterior has been completed, shops are improved with new NPC voice lines, there is also a new vendor for the campaign orientated unlocks, and a new mission board to access daily missions from. Some great steps to improving the sanctuary experience. It also appeared to have a few more elements present, such as furniture and terminals, which makes it feel a bit more lively and a little less empty than what it did before. In addition, there is more quality of life stuff coming, and even more in the PTS patch that we will see shortly. Render distances can now be changed on infantry, vehicle, and an aircraft basis individually if you choose to do so, or you can remain using the global render distance option if you prefer. Small changes have been made to the center of Indar, namely around the crown, TI alloys, and series hydroponics to maintain smoother battle flows. Most namely, the land bridge between TI alloys and crown has been been completely removed. There is also now an additional entrance to the B point underground section of the crown. The A point has been moved onto the bridge on the south side of the base, and the D point to the north has been pushed out a little bit as well to allow vehicles more ability to fight over the base without being shot from the tower easily. The TI Alloys point room also has a new wall present to help break up the line of sight between the spawn room and the capture point itself. War assets are also being rebalanced as far as costs are concerned to ensure a more balanced environment for those assets to be pulled. I'm looking at you, orbital strikes in particular. And exceptional implants now, guys, are also craftable, but for 45,000 ISO. Now, a value that for me sounds a bit too high out of the gate, but in saying that, there is going to be a lot of ISO rewards present in the mission system here, so there's a chance that we will feel like it's less of a grind as the system launches. Rel has also said that he is more than willing to tune it down if they deem it too expensive. The developers also took a very short amount of time to address Outfit Wars. Outfit Wars will not be returning with the Shattered Warpgate update, as they are planning on doing a brand new overhaul of the Outfit Wars system. Now, we haven't seen much that's concrete on this yet, but it appears as though they're looking for a more tiered, bracketed style tournament system as opposed to a one-off match that uses live server qualifying methods to determine who is going to be taking place in what match. So guys, that right there is the short and sweet crux of the Shattered Warpgate update that is coming and was announced in this live stream. Now guys, I am personally really excited about this update. I always love seeing story elements drawn into games like this, and being honest, Planetside has needed more reasons for us to fight for a very long time. We now have long-term campaigns that are going to keep people interested in regards to long-term evolution of story, and we've also got daily missions that invite people to be rewarded for the playstyles they enjoy more frequently, all the while reward them for trying out new playstyles potentially as well. We have new weather effects, something that we've been asking for a very long time. An extreme version of that, I will admit, but it could make for a really interesting gameplay change, and Esamir has received a much needed touch-up. Now, Esamir has always been one of those continents that you either love or hate. Personally, I was impartial to it, I didn't mind it, but I did think it was time for a revamp. It's one of the continents that has spent the most amount of time without a touch-up, so I'm really looking forward to playing on this brand new Esamir. The fact that there are also no more biolabs on this continent as well makes things very interesting for me as well as a player. Anyway guys, if you enjoyed today's video, if you are hyped for the Shattered Warpgate update, let us know by liking the video and leaving a comment down in the comment section down below. Let us know what feature you're most looking forward to, guys. We've got a ton to look forward to here. I know people who are just keen to explore the map changes, and when an update does that to a community for a first-person shooter game, I think you're right on the money. If you guys are new to the channel and you find yourself enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe. It keeps you up to date with all the content we release here in the long run. And as always, guys, you can find all my social media links in the description down below. You can also support the channel further by clicking that join button if you choose to do so as well. Once again, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Peace out, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good one.